If you are over 40, a woodworker, and looking to earn some extra money on nights and weekends around your job or to boost your retirement, this video is for you. On our channel, we show different woodworking projects with high profit margins, a lot made with scrap wood that have sold so well for us, so you can make them and sell them too. Today we're making another wood art project. This one is very special and it's perfect for kids and grandkids. I designed and painted these animals years ago, and I've sold so many. I've reworked the design to create wood art, and they turned out awesome. There are 4 in the collection currently, and today I'm showing the lion. Stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll give you a sneak peek of the next design to come in this group. I'll also show you how you can use simple painting techniques to take your wood art to the next level. As always, the design's available in our Etsy store, and if you want to buy it, the link is in the description below. But you can also use the ideas and techniques that are shown in this video to create your own unique wood art. I see so many large YouTubers talking about profitable wood projects, and wood art is always towards the top of the list, and I couldn't agree more. So let's get to it. So as always, the first step is to print out the pattern and glue it on to the wood that you're going to be using. I generally am using just scrap wood. You can see with the lion, we're using 2 different thicknesses. I have a thin wood for the back main piece, as well as the tufts on their legs. This one, you cut out a couple of the pieces differently, like you cut out the full leg and then you cut out the tuft of hair to put on top of it. So here I am cutting out the mane. So I'm going over the shape of the whole mane in the thin wood. And then I am taking a thicker piece of pine. This is, I believe, 1 inch. And I'm cutting out the shape of the head, the face, which will go on top of that main piece. And this obviously begins to build the dimension that really adds the character to your piece. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. We love to hear from you. And if you like this video and you'd like to see more of this type of content, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. We've got lots more to come. We've got lots of different wood art videos on the channel now, so you should check those out as well. And we've got lots more ideas to come, maybe some with some holiday themes. So we'd love to hear any ideas that you guys would like to see. That would be great too. Okay, so we're going to start staining the lion, and he's not glued down. I've just got him on the backing just to show how he's going to look. And he's going to be a combination of a reddish stain, which I've chosen to go with the red mahogany from Minwax. And I, as always, like the old school oil. And then I'm also going to be using golden oak and maybe some naturals. So we'll get going. And so these are the middle pieces that we're going to do in the golden oak. So it's basically the same process. So I put lots on. And the reason I'm using the 3 different stains is I'm trying to start building the depth and dimension between all the different pieces and layers. And we'll end up doing some shadow work that'll really make it pop. As you can see, so that's going to be my middle color against the dark. And then we'll have clear as the light. So I'll finish these off. Okay, so I'm going to start gluing the lion together before I put him on the backing. So I've done the feet, and now I'm going to start gluing this. It's not actually glued together, so I'll get that done and then we'll put him on the backing. Okay, so this is where I am now. I've glued the 2 ear pieces together, and I've glued the cheeks, the mouth, the nose, and the top of the head. And now I'll glue on the hair, and then once that dries, I'll put the ears on, and then we'll put the whole thing on the head. Okay, so now that it's been glued down and it's been stained, I'm going to work on enhancing and adding some shadows to where the wood meets to really help with the dimension. So you can see all I'm doing is taking some black paint that's got a bit of water added to it with a fine liner brush. And I'm basically filling in the spaces in between where the 2 pieces of wood meet with that black paint, and then just diffusing the edges to help create a shadow. And there under the nose, I'm creating a bit more of a shadow down a little bit onto the lighter piece below to really help create that depth. Here in the ear, I'm putting the black against the thin line of the outside edge of the ear, and that's to really, again, help build that dimension. You're going to hear me say dimension a lot, but it's also to help that separation and really make that ear look like it's cupped, like it's 3D. So I'm also adding a bit of extra shadowing where that ear would meet the head. And you can see once I've done this, I've put in the watered down black paint, and then I diffuse it generally with my finger or with a larger brush. You can see it really does help build that curve to make it look like that ear has a curve to it, where it would meet the head. And it really adds that little extra something. Now, you don't have to do this. You could leave the piece as is and it would be fabulous. But I find that adding the extra shadows really brings the piece to the next level. Now, if you're not comfortable painting and you don't want to try it on your finished piece, that's totally fine. It'll still be fantastic. But I really, really hope you will give it a try because it adds so much and it really isn't hard to do. So I'm also adding some of the black paint under the full head piece, so the face piece. So I'm adding that black paint to that the backing piece, the main piece, to really help show that face is on top of it. So again, you just put the watered down black paint and then you use a slightly bigger brush to diffuse it, and I use my finger a lot. I'll also then add some of the shadow work around the tufts on the feet as well, the tufts of hair, to create that dimension again. It doesn't always show so well on camera, but it really adds a ton to the piece in real life. And I really hope you give this a try. You can also do a bit of work with some highlights. I like to use a gold gilding wax to just go over some of the edges. That really adds a nice touch to it as well. If this is something that you're interested in seeing a longer video, a more intensive video on how I actually do the shadow work, please leave a comment, and that's definitely something I would love to do. And so I'm just going to continue working here, doing different shadows, again, where the mane covers over the legs, that sort of thing, to really help create that depth. And once I finish up with all the shadow work, we'll get working on the face. Okay, and for the lion's face, all I did was cut out the face portion of the pattern. And we're just going to place it there. I'm just going to make sure my edges are good. Going to hold it down just with one hand because it's so small. And I'm going to take a piece of graphite paper and slip it under, and we'll trace it. You could also just freehand this and make it your own. It doesn't have to be exact like the pattern. It's really whatever you are comfortable with. Okay, and once you get it under there, I move my pattern. Okay, you just trace it. You could also cut the little eyes out of wood if you want it, or you could use a Sharpie, or a paint pen would work great too. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but the markings are there. And now I will just paint those in. And you could do this however you want it. You don't need to follow the pattern for this. You could do your own faces. And there we go. And as a finishing touch, we'll just do a little white highlight in the eyes. As promised, here's a sneak peek of the next design in this collection. It is a hippo, and I hope you love it. I do. It looks fantastic in this grouping. The video should be out soon. If you'd like to see it, please subscribe so you won't miss out when we post it. Thanks so much for watching.